Do you feel the buzz?
GNT Sportstalk, episode 126. We got a lot to talk about. This NFL frenzy is just crazy right now. We got to get into that. And I think Tone has a whole bunch of questions for the crew and also for y'all. Let's get into it. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Hey, your captain's in the building. It's good to see every single one of y'all. And it's time for me to introduce my panel for the day. It's my normal guys. Bird Gang in the building. Say what's up to the people.
Hey, yo, what's going on, everybody? Thank you guys for joining GNT Sports Talk. And let's get it, man. Join the conversation.
Tone the promoter.
Yo, what's going on, man? Like he said, Tone the promoter here, episode 126. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. Let's get right to it, y'all.
Absolutely. Hey, everyone that's watching right now, if you know someone that's not watching, it's time for you to share this content. So, hey, look, share the content. Share it, and then while you're sharing it, like it. And then while you're liking it, leave a comment and stuff. Show us that you care. Go ahead and leave all this stuff down at the bottom and be part of the conversation as well. Let me go ahead and check out my Instagram people. Hey, good to see some Sonny D. Hey, good to see you. Oh, a ritual. Kane Digital is in the building as well. Good to see you as well. And hey, look, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's get into it. Hi to you as well, DJ. Hi to you as well. Let's get into this conversation. Look, there's a lot of stuff that happened when it comes to NFL right now. There's a lot of stuff that's going on with the NBA, and it only makes sense. It only makes sense for us to jump right into the questions from Tone, because almost everything we want to talk about is all with his questions. So, Tone, I'm going to go ahead and just turn this whole conversation right to you, sir. What is your first question?
You already know, man. Ladies and gentlemen, sports fans, coach couches, and the people that always be yelling at the TV like the players can hear you. Don't worry about it. I do it too. It's that time of the week. It's that time of the week again. Welcome to Tone's Top 5. The segments where, these takes get a little hot. The debates could get loud, like last week between me and Kat. And, you know what I'm saying? Friendships might get tested a little bit, man. So I just need y'all to buckle up. You know what I mean? You can grab some popcorn if you want to. You know what I'm saying? And I want to see who really out there knows some sports. Or y'all just be watching them Instagram highlights. Let's get into it, man. Tone's Top 5, man. Question number 1. Thoughts and feelings. We gotta get right to it, man. We gotta get right to it. Thoughts, feelings, and where do you think Max Crosby will land now? Hey, Kat, man, what you think, bro?
So, every part of me wants to say it's going to be the Philadelphia Eagles. Every part of me says he's going to be a Philadelphia Eagle. He was meant to be an Eagle. I mean, everything worked out for his good for the man to be an Eagle. I mean, look, call it homerism, I don't know. But it looks right. The stars are aligning, because as soon as he supposedly got traded over to good old Baltimore, right? The Cowboys made a trade. They was supposed to be in the sweepstakes. A whole bunch of other teams went ahead and started making moves. Look at the Dolphins. Dolphins went ahead and made some DM moves. Carolina just went stupid and got Phillips, and paid him $30 million a year. But all these teams made all these moves because that move first dropped. And now the Cowboys can't make any adjustments because they traded away all the players and stuff that they needed. They don't have any more money like that to go ahead and bring in that type of contract. It's just lining up just for the Eagles. Look at that. So I'm going to say the Philadelphia Eagles. Thanks, Baltimore. I appreciate the early Christmas gift. See y'all in February in the Super Bowl if Lamar can get you there. Go ahead, Joel. What do you think?
I think you read my mind. No, obviously, like, with all the things that transpired throughout the last 2 days of tampering, illegal tampering, legal tampering, all that. I got tired of hearing that, by the way, the legal tampering and tampering period and all that stuff. But I mean, just like Kat mentioned with Crosby and that whole situation, I think people realized that he ended up going to Baltimore, and then they went to their second plan or third plan, their second or third plan, and it just ruined everything because of the fact that now they already made a move. So even if they wanted to do that, it's hindering them from doing so. And just like Cap said, I think Howie Roseman's down at the NovaCare just trying to figure out something to do because it's right up his alley. If he can get creative with the trade and figure out what he can do. And a lot of people are right now they're scared with what came out of Baltimore with the news of him not passing the physical. So that obviously would in turn change that compensation to a little lower, and hopefully he can make it happen. But I'm hoping and I'm feeling like he can potentially become a Eagle, but you never know, man. A lot of people are making moves, so we'll see what happens.
Hey, DJ, appreciate you stopping by just for a little bit, man. Appreciate you. Stop on back next time, every Wednesday, starting at around 8:15. I'm going to say around 8:15. We're consistently around 8:15. So stop by and see us again, bro. Appreciate you.
Typically on the overside. But
yeah. Typically close to the 8:20, but 8:15
30-ish.
Yeah. Yeah. Every once in a while, 9 o'clock ish, but but
Right.
Worth the wait.
Hey, man.
We'll see you next week.
We definitely going to be on air though. We definitely, you know what I mean. You definitely won't, be expecting us to get on, even if it's like I said, closest to the 8:30 hour. We definitely gonna be here every Wednesday, or you will know in advance. You know what I'm saying?
You will see us regardless, no matter what time it is. You're going to see us on a Wednesday, unless we give y'all ample advance notice that that's not going to happen. But Tone, you need to answer your own question, bro.
So here you go. I think what this obviously have done now, as far as the trade goes, is that now that this trade ain't worth 2 first rounds. You know what I mean? Baltimore just told you that. You know what I mean? I guess whatever was revealed in this physical, and that's something to me. Baltimore was just probably like, that's not worth 2 first rounders. We out of here. You failed the physical. Boom. Go back to the Raiders. Now, like I just said, I do believe obviously that lessens the stakes now for him because of what Baltimore, is alluding to. You could those teams are going to do their own physical, so they'll be the judge of that. Once they see it. But like I said, I think that definitely just takes away the 2 first rounds, right? So I believe that a lot of teams is in play now. You know what I mean? Because like I said, the severity of that trade ain't as high as the 2 first rounders we so thought it was worth. And like I said, I'm still giving a shout out, but it ain't gonna be so much a shout out. But they saying that the trade is no longer void. He goes back to the Raiders, right? If I'm the Raiders, listen. What I've heard and I've seen reports of that this is the worst quarterback draft class in some years. So it ain't like you're gonna find no gem, you know what I mean? Or at least if you do, it's hidden. You know what I mean? I don't know if you've really seen anybody that's gonna come in the NFL next year and rip it up. So if I'm the Raiders, I'm looking within the league to maybe get my next quarterback. If you want, like I said, you want to shy away and go away from Geno, if you think he was the reason. There's the other needs of that team. I mean, they need a whole lot. So trading Max gonna get you the first, maybe 1 first round. But like I said, I don't know what that. You know what I mean? Now with Baltimore, how the way they playing it now. So like I said, I'm gonna go against the grain, and I'm gonna say, hey, man, Raiders keep him. Raiders keep him, and they try to just build off. I know you can secure your future, with a player like him because of what his name brings. But like I said, once the next team that's thinking about signing him, see what that physical, is on that knee, then we'll go from there.
Bro, after they made that trade, they signed like 10 people.
They actually signed Trey Hendrickson too. They signed him today.
Well, Baltimore did, but I'm talking about the Raiders.
Right. So, the Raiders,
Yeah, that it affected a lot of things because they thought
bro.
that
they thought he was gone. Yeah, they thought he was gone. Now I thought they really. I see now. That's why. I don't get it then. So why make the trade go like through or announce it like that if you're going to await the physical? What are you just assuming that physical is going to come back? A1 and the deal is going to go through.
Yeah, that's the underlining that those little words that they put down whenever you sign in the contract.
And then I get it. The league want to have something to talk about. You know what I mean? They want it was obviously the biggest news to be heard that day. Look, Jamar Chase spazzed out on the game. You know what I'm saying? So what Joe just fucking text me talking about? He went to the division. No shit. Like he was mad. And look, you know what I mean? He had people crashing out. But now the deal is obviously off and. Now the sweepstakes, I guess, begin again. You know what I mean for him. So that'll be interesting to see how that turns out.
Shout out to Jamar. He's on IG. He commented, Henderson became available right after the trade happened. Gave him a reason. Similar production at a cheaper price. But there were reports that Henderson actually agreed because he thought Crosby was going to be on the team.
So he wanted to play with him, huh?
Yeah, so I don't know how true that was because they were saying that was their, they did that behind everybody's back because they knew they was going to get out of the Crosby deal. But that was up in the air too. But that actually came out from Scheffler too. So I believe that, like if he's putting it out, that they were obviously looking to have both of them. So could you imagine if that was true? Jamar Chase crashing out and his ex-teammate goes to join Crosby, that would have been crazy. He would have been like, I need to get out of here. But, I mean, Joe Burrow would have definitely got hurt again.
Yeah, because I ain't going to feel that the ex-teammate.
For sure.
Yo, the Raiders spent $281.5 million the first day of free agency. The very first day of legal tampering. $281.5 million. 30, almost 30 of that million would have been straight to Cosby. Straight to Crosby. You know what I mean? So they spent all that money knowing that, this trade's going to go through. He's going to pass everything, the physical. They didn't have to have the physical right away.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Why even report it so early?
Yo, they said that he was in a walking boot like last week, like something like that. Like he was in a walker like a week ago.
Walker,
yes.
He rode into Baltimore.
But he had hip surgery.
At least he got past TSA screening very quick.
Yeah, he bought it first.
He hopped on that wheelchair, like, let me get past the security. Let's go.
He flew through the airport.
Yo, so it's. It feels like they said, look, we have an opportunity to get someone else for cheaper, just like you said, for cheaper, save our draft picks, and just be as productive.
Yeah, someone not hurt. Not hurt.
Facts.
But
he was hurt last season too, but that's a whole different conversation. But anyway, so they got to move him. Buyer's remorse, as Ty says. Buyer's remorse.
Yeah, sure.
You know what? You're right, but we're going to see what happens officially now. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Who actually going to step up? Because Tone, you're right. It's not going to be 2-1s no more. I can see it too. I can see it too.
Like I said, if they get the MRI or the physical, whatever it was that Baltimore seen, these teams see, it got to be a judgment. I don't like what was it? He ain't got no he don't have no scar tissue left.
He's missing a kneecap.
Yeah,
he's missing a kneecap.
It was definitely enough for them to obviously avoid the trade, blocking it because of the physical. Or you just like, damn it, we didn't have to do 2 first rounders. I was like,
that could have been it too. Like Tyler said,
somebody probably called him and
they're like,
like,
damn,
yo,
we
I
the only
still
one that
done
offered
that.
2 ones. Everybody said 1 and a 2.
1 and a 2,
Come on.
right?
We could have got him for a 1 and a 2.
You could have. I'm sure.
Because they're one in it. They're 1 and 2.
Who gonna turn down 2 ones?
Yeah, no, I'm saying their 1 and 2 probably would have been better than freaking the one that they offered from Dallas. I don't know where they're at because they missed the playoffs. I think they had a worse record. So I don't know. Man, it's crazy that even happened though, man. But that's my thing. Like the illegal tampering, legal tampering. Like, yo, just start the free agency. Why you gotta say this? All this extra elaborate shit, like, yo, it's free agency. Let's go. Like, that's
you know why, man? I think it's more contract wise because it'd be players that if they want to roster past March, whatever, they get a signing bonus or they get extra bread. So what they trying to do is cause this frenzy right before you got to make this decision with whatever the player is. You know what I mean? So it's like, I ain't saying they forcing teams to make deals, but it's like, Cap said he loves this time of the year. You know what I mean? So it creates a frenzy. It's all money. You know what I mean? People tapping in. It's like, everybody making their assumptions where people going. You got the Sheffies of the world giving us the reports. It's like, and then it's like teams make a deal like Baltimore did. And now they got the clown face on. So it's all entertainment, man. But obviously we love it. Sports fans, we love it.
Yeah. Yo, can you imagine, like, as soon as all that happened, all the like the Baltimore fans.
So I think it was a video. It was a meme video that I think I posted in our stories where it was like the city of Baltimore right now. And it was like people dancing and shit like that. Like all hype. Like you definitely fine, and they pissed off right now. And that
what it remind me of when you play in spades, right? And somebody think they ran the last 2 or 3 books and they throw it like, yeah, I got the last 3. And somebody's like, no, I got Joker right here. They count and they throw it out. They're like, no, how you got all them books, bro? I got this joint right in the tuck. But Baltimore's sick right now, bro. They saw it.
Yeah, I like that comment, Stokes. He right. Now they're gonna be like, whoa, I don't know, Baltimore might renege, you know what I'm saying? Or I don't know. They gonna start having their players do a physical before they leave. They're like, damn, what, I'm about to get traded? Like, I don't know. I ain't taking that physical. But
I think we all would agree that Baltimore is a well-ran organization. They got the history there where, they do things the right way. So for it to be an issue with the physical, like, it has to be something there 100%, or buyer's remorse. So we would never know.
But here's the thing, right? There was actually a report that came out, and forgive me for not remembering the players, but Baltimore did this before with a trade. Baltimore did this before.
All right, we gotta look that up then. Somebody gotta look that up.
All right, I see. If I can go ahead and figure out exactly what trade that was, and how they reneged on that one, with the same exact thing. Yeah. Like, oh yeah, He did pass the physical.
See, that's the thing. I don't think it probably did happen, but not a high caliber player like Crosby.
No, like this. No.
Right. So, but the thing is, it just didn't impact Baltimore and the Raiders. It impacted everybody.
The rest of the league.
Yeah, because everybody started spending money.
They can move
all that stuff, and then even what the team that he went back to, like Cap said, they were on a spending spree, and then they're like, oh shit, we still got this dude. Like, all right, whatever, So definitely started everything off, very crazy right now. So
they might they might not even get a 1 now.
No.
He might get 2 2s or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I'll give him 2 2s right away.
Once again, right there, how we season.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. And that's why I'm saying I think a lot of other teams could be in play for that as well, because the stakes shouldn't be super high where it's going to be more teams involved. You know what I mean? It's just now the Raiders going to be like, damn, which one is the best one? Is the team going to add a player? You know what I mean? Is it gonna be two twos and a player? You know what I mean? Like it's going to be a bidding war for them for sure before the draft, I say.
That's crazy. I'm going to continue to. I'm going to look up this other one, but we can go ahead and go into your next question if you like, Tone, or if you think this one has been done. But
Sure.
yeah, this thing crazy, bro. This whole entire thing is crazy. But please continue.
All right, so we're going to tap into question number 2. With the injury to Tyrese Maxey and the state of Joel Embiid and Paul George, will the Sixers still make the playoffs? What you think, Joel?
I definitely think they're going to make the playoffs, but man, it's just why? Just because of the reason that like we talked about often with the sport of basketball and baseball, and then obviously football is a little bit different, but these teams got to be gelling heading into the playoffs and making sure that they're on a run. They get hot at the right time to make that run. So even if they were in the play-in or the limped in, like I don't really think they're gonna make any noise. You got PG coming back from the suspension. You got Joel Embiid, on workload management, whatever it is, and then now Tyrese Maxey hurt. VJ, even though he had a crazy dunk the last night, but and stuff like that, he came back off that back injury. So it's just a lot of things going wrong, and just like last week episode, I just think it's time for a change at the top with this GM and get him out of here and just hit that reset button. So I think they should probably still limp in and make the play in and sneak in. But as far as them making any noise or anything like that, like I'm not putting any stock into that. And I just think, it's just they're just not gonna have the full team, you know, on a go and in rhythm and anything like that, So definitely think they should still be able to squeak it out, but for what at this point?
Cat?
Exactly. I don't see the point of them doing. Here's the thing, right? And the thing, it kind of sucks as like kind of like a Sixers fan. If they make the playoffs, I will only say make the playoffs just to give VJ that playoff experience, just so he can actually feel the game be faster than what he already sees it now, because playoffs is a whole different animal. So for experience for him, I would say yes, go ahead and make the playoffs. But the the fan in me is like right now is like, what's the point? Like, you're going to get bounced in the first round if everybody comes back like Joel said. If there's, if they're not gelling the way they're supposed to, you know what I mean? Like they're going to get bounced in the first round or even in the play-in if that's going to be the case. So kind of what's the point? But then in the same token, if they don't make the playoffs, their pick, their first round pick this year, it's protected by OKC. You know what I mean? So if it lands within a certain pick, I want to say between like 4 and 6 or something like that, it belongs to OKC. It's the chance of us keeping this pick, if it's a really good pick, is extremely low. So it's like, all right, you want them to tank, but we may not get the pick anyway if they do. But then so you want to make the playoffs, but they're going to get bounced. It's like it's like a lose-lose type of situation right now for them. But I mean, I would love to go ahead and see a representation of the Sixers team in the playoffs, and maybe they may surprise some people because at least they did have games together, so they may actually do some surprising things. Maxey may actually come back with some vigor to kind of pull the team along, but I don't know, man. Like right now, it's like it's a lose-lose thing right now.
Right, and they like one game. So right now they're sitting in the eighth seed, at 35-30, but all the way to the fifth seed, they only 36-28 and 37-29 Miami Heat, and then the two teams behind them, although they've been hot, the Hawks and the Hornets been hot. They 8-2 the last 10. 7-3 the last 10 for the Hornets, and they're right behind them at 34 and 33. So 34 and 31, 33 and 33, 500 schedule. So they're like a few games behind them, but I think there's so much wiggle room between 5 and 10. Like they should be able to easily get in there. I didn't look this at their strength of schedule on the back end, but I don't think it matters. I think they'll string together, a little bit over 500 from here on out. Should get them in the playoffs, at least that playing tournament.
So obviously, I'm kind of like 50-50 with this, but obviously I asked the question, so I have to give an answer. And I'm going to say, no, they don't make the playoffs. And here's my reason why. I just think that with Embiid so much in and out of the lineup, yes, we do have to wait for Paul George to come back from suspension. Not saying like how long does it take for him to get into game shape, game form, getting used to obviously playing with the guys, being in the rotation. I think you're really getting into the bulk of the season where if you are trying to make that playoff push, you got your certain rotation. They right now there's 17 games left in the season, so they would have to make all those adjustments, in order to catch a chemistry before going into the playoffs. We definitely know that we will not have Tyrese Maxey for the next 3 weeks. Like I said, what with Embiid being in and out of the lineup, Paul George not really being there. Hey, the rest of the team, don't get me wrong, they have heart, they got grit, they hoop, you know what I mean? They not no quitters out there. But I just don't think they have enough, or they will have enough in these last 3 weeks to maintain, a playoff spot. The two teams that Joel just named, the Atlanta Hawks and the Charlotte Hornets. The Atlanta Hawks then cooked the Sixers within the last 2-3 weeks. You know what I mean? Jalen Johnson is a problem. You know what I mean? And those two teams right now, I mean, they got chemistry. They balling. They have a unit. They got cohesiveness. The Sixers don't have that. And if we did make a push to make the playoffs, they wouldn't win the play-in game. I don't believe, even with everybody out there, because there's just no chemistry. There's no unit, man. And I just think that this year, for me, as a Sixers fan, what this has did is it's just severed the tide to try to, build and win with Joel Embiid, man. It's not going to happen, yo. It's not going to happen. It definitely wouldn't. Like I said, even if they get to a point where they make a playoff push, do y'all think this team will win a championship? No. I know that's going on a little bit, out there. But or even let's just say making the conference finals. No, right? So it's like when do we ever get out of this, man? Like
Right.
This has been the story for year after year. Something has to change, man. And what I always didn't want anybody to get confused, that I didn't think that Embiid wasn't a talent. You know what I mean? He just wasn't a healthy talent. You know what I mean? To actually be dependent on for a stretch, a playoff stretch. You know what I mean? It's never happened, and the older he gets, I just don't believe it's going to just happen out of nowhere. Even if we were to trade him away, I don't believe he goes to the next team and plays 3-4 solid years where he's giving them 67 plus games a year. Like it's not going to happen, man. So no, this team doesn't make the playoffs. Like I said, I just believe they're going to struggle within the next 3 weeks. You know what I mean? Just within the league, like Joel said, I didn't check the strength of schedule. I'm not really sure who they really got matched up. They could be playing teams that they could be beating, just like they did, the other night when they beat Memphis. And I mean, I'm not saying that this ain't gonna happen every game, but campaign ain't gonna make 8 threes and score 32. You know what I mean? That's not gonna happen. So last night was because he caught fire. And that was that. You know what I mean? If he had I'm just gonna say if he had 15, they lose that game. You know what I mean? Because they was actually losing. They was actually losing.
Yes,
they so no, this team struggles, man. And they don't make the playoffs.
As Ty is saying, y'all are finally lowering your expectations. You know what, Ty? Forget you, all right?
Already
That's
knew.
83. That's my last sports bucket list for me, because I, got to celebrate the Phillies. I got to celebrate the Eagles. That's the last one, like, for me. I mean, like, the Flyers win, and I get to go to that parade. That'd be fire. But I definitely want to experience just the 76ers parade because of the time of the year it is, too. Like the weather should be cooperating, and it's been, man, like I said, 83, man. So hopefully they figure something out. But to Tone's point too, with the MB thing, and think it's time to switch it up and do something with that. Like it might be right by him to go to a different organization where they have a different medical staff, health staff to try to help get him back on track because obviously it hasn't been working here. So we'll see what happens.
I'm finally at the point now. I'm like, well, it doesn't matter anymore. Let him go. It's almost. I'm almost at that point. It's time to give it to the young boys and let them just go ahead and just take the reins and just go. And just to kind of show you how old I am, Joel, I was 6 years old. The last time the Sixers won, and my father actually took me to a playoff game during that run. So part of me, I actually remember part of that run. So, but that was a young boy.
The crazy thing is, right now, this feels like, I don't know if y'all remember that the era. It wasn't too far back. Right after the AI thing and stuff like that, we had Andre Iguodala, like he was the best player on the team.
Yes.
Yeah, when
it feels like that same team, but we got Paul George, Embiid, Maxey, DJ. How the hell is that possible, bro?
Yeah.
Like, this is crazy. Like, I'm like, bro, like, how can't you win with this team? Like, all this talent. Like, Andre Iguodala was the only one on that team. We made the playoffs. I was actually in the building when they clinched because it was the first time I was at the game, and the confetti fell down just because they advanced. But we always were hovering as that eighth, seventh seed, making the playoffs, and then we were too good to get a lottery pick, and then like we didn't have no money to spend. So it was always like nobody wanted to come here to play with anybody. Like it was that kind of thing. Now we got all these pieces, all this talent, and we still like in that same, like stuck in the mud right there. In that
still in purgatory.
I'm like, come on, bro. Like, I don't know, man. I think we just cursed at this point. I'm starting to believe that. Forget the process. I'm believing the curse.
Right.
Yo.
The curse is right.
Sam Hinkie cursed, bro, for friggin' tanking, starting to tanking. And then we weren't even good at tanking because we got caught. We got caught and got him out of here.
Right. Look at that.
Yeah.
The sad thing is that, like, people think that, I hate the Cowboys because I hate the Cowboys. Because I actually do. I actually can't stand them. But a part of me, I understand how some of the Cowboys feel about not winning for so long, being a Sixers fan. It's being 33 years right now of not seeing anything. 43 years.
40.
Sorry, do math.
43.
Do math, Larry. As a Sixers fan, I understand that, that anger of like, except we're not saying that, next year, this is our year. I think the Sixers fans, we stopped doing that a long time ago. But anyway.
And the other thing that we forget to mention too, the owner, because he's over in Washington because he also owns the Commanders. He's doing a lot more over there and seems a lot more engaged with that team. I guess since he's the new joy or whatever he has over there. But my thing is he's over there. It seems like he's more engaged, more involved. And you're the same owner for the 76ers and you're not engaged like the same energy ain't there. That's all I'm going to say.
And the Jersey Devils too.
It's like, bro, like
he touching some paper, but touching the Sixers paws.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Like I don't see him doing anything with the Jersey Devils either when it comes to hockey. So you're right. Like Washington is the new toy. He's
collecting a lot of money. That's what he's doing for sure.
Absolutely. All right, Tone. Next question to irritate us.
so obviously, we tapped in. We do our boxing thing, right? You know what I mean? We go to events, we sponsor boxes, we did all that, right? Boom. A person that obviously we followed as youngins throughout his career is the 50-0 Floyd Mayweather, who has obviously said that he's going to open up his professional record again and actually get in the ring and really fight a real fight, right? But before that, he has a bout with Iron Mike Tyson. So, guys, how do y'all feel about that upcoming bout between him and Tyson? And then they saying that the professional fight he's going to open up for, pause, is going to be Manny Pacquiao. How good is that fight going to be, y'all? Cat, what you think?
Terrible. It's going to be absolutely terrible. It's both of them. It's funny because when I was thinking about all that, and obviously the highlight to all that is going to be the Pacquiao. That's what is kind of aiming towards this, Mayweather versus Pacquiao, and it just feels like once again it feels like a money grab. It feels like, look, we're going to go in the ring. Everybody's going to go ahead and pay their pay-per-views to pay all these tickets and stuff like that to watch slop. I mean, the last time we saw Pacquiao, he was just a portion of himself back then. That was like, it feels like 5-10 years ago, and it's if this was a fight that was happening within, like, let's say like 10 years ago, then there'll be some excitement. But for right now, it just go to show, like, we need more younger, exciting boxers out here to get out of the smaller arenas and actually start really taking over. Because when we start looking for the old retired people to come on back, pause, to to go ahead and fight each other and fight other older people to try to get that money grab, and we get excited for it, something's wrong with us. So I think it's actually terrible. I mean, I really do. Money grab.
Joel?
They don't call him Money Mayweather for nothing, baby. So look, man, I a year ago I would say, man, this is trash or whatever, but the more and more I've been a little more involved with, like, learning more about boxing and more of the business structure and things that happen behind the scenes, you start to realize, like, why the Jake Pauls came into the boxing world and started making money, because a lot of these boxers don't make money until they get those titles fights. So now you got this other avenue. So think about it. Like, I know it's trash, and I know, like you saying, they're just using the name and the clout to get the tickets and get the viewers and stuff like that. But if we're all at that level and you're telling me, like, yo, you can make 30, 40 million fighting someone that's dangerous and take a L, or you can make the same amount of money on this, basically this charity fight, well, which one are we going to do? Which educated decision we're going to make for ourselves, our future, and our family? We're going to go with the easiest route to grab that money. So, although I understand it, like, I personally not going to, like, block out my schedule to catch it or to view it myself, but I understand that there's a market out there, and it falls under the entertainment side. It's not going to be like a competitive thing, where you're gonna go there and or watch it and be blown away by the performance for either which fighter. You know what I mean? But I understand it, man. Like, boxing is just such a weird thing. Like, even I know you guys heard about the sanction fees with these belts. Like, yo, they're charging people. If you're the champion, they're charging you, like, they try to hit Shakur Stevenson with $120,000 sanction fee, to because he won the WBC belt, and he's like, I'm not paying that. Like, you could take the belt, because he's the champion. So there's just so many different things. Like, it got me and my wheels turning, where I started, like, looking into, like, like, if you go on Chat GBT or just Google it, where do these sanction fees go? There's, like, a lot of, like, there's a few things that they touch on as far as, like, where the money goes, but then there's a lot of things that are, like, kind of open, like this, like a miscellaneous kind of thing. So you're like, all right, well, I fought my whole career. I get to 20 something and 0 or 25 and 0. I'm the champion, and then now that I'm the champion, you're penalizing me for having your belt. So is it WBC, WBO, IBF, whatever? All these belts. So imagine if you're a unified champion, you got all four belts like Crawford did. He had to pay each one, until after his last go around when he won and beat Canelo, he's like, I'm not paying nothing. And he gave up the belt and then he later on retired. But there's just so many things when it comes to boxing that you're just head scratching, between the promoters, the managers. I mean, like, we had Juan on the show. Like there were certain things that he was telling me before. And while he wasn't fighting now, turn around. He just fought on he's on the DSG. He's on the card. Last week he already has a fight in April. So now he's getting more active with it. You know what I mean? Because he's under a different management staff and promotion team. So it's all who you with, all who you know, and stuff like that. But to answer your question, man, I just think it is what it is. I understand it. It falls under the entertainment. I'm not looking for a competitive thing. I'll look at the highlights if I just so happen not to be doing nothing that day and it's on the screen. I'll watch it, obviously, but I'm not going out my way to watch it.
Sean,
Yeah.
appreciate you, Sean, tuning in. Sorry, Tone, give me 1 second. I just want to shout out to Sean real quick. Thanks, Sean, for for being here with us as always, man. Definitely appreciate you. But he said, yeah, overrated. Nothing but the expedition fight, money grab. Yeah, it's glad you agree with us, bro, because that's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tom.
No, I'm just piggyback obviously off of what you guys said, and like you said, what Sean said, like agreeing. What I mean, that these exhibition fights, man, has really, really hurt the sport as far as like people trying to come in and really compete and try to go through the ranks to build a name and a legacy. Like yes, Jake Paul, he definitely killed the sport with it because I mean he killed it. He killed it because of the money grab that we're saying that these people are just going. You know what I mean? Like of course Floyd fighting Mike Tyson would never ever happen at both of these guys' heights. You know what I mean? Because they were in two different weight classes. So to now see it, it's nothing but the money. Of course, Mike still he's an entertainer. You know what I mean? So he's going to take that and he's going to try to perform for the crowd. Like I'm not turning it down either. You know what I'm saying? But it's nothing that I'm looking forward to. Nothing that anybody should get overly hyped about. You know what I mean? Because it's not a real fight. Like it's probably gonna be things Tyson can't do. You know what I mean? In the fight. You know what I mean? And things like that. Even the fight with Jake Paul, you could tell it was fixed. So not looking forward to it. Of course, I probably wouldn't watch it. Like I said, it's entertainment. You know what I mean? I'm not going to deny that I wouldn't be in front of the TV watching that. And Kat, to piggyback off of what you said about the Pacquiao and Mayweather fight, maybe even being 10 years ago, it actually was 11 years ago they fought, 2015. Right. And in my opinion, that had lost lackluster. You know what I mean, when it happened, because at the time that they fought, Pacquiao wasn't. First off, Pacquiao was hurt. I mean, he had an injury. You know what I mean? So that kind of made the fight stink. And then Floyd Mayweather never fought Manny when Manny was that bull. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Manny was that bull, knocking cats out. You know what I mean? Like, Floyd ain't stepping in the ring with him then. That's when the fight should have happened. And that was probably should have been 15 years ago. You know what I mean? And then now for what to happen now, it's still a money grab, even though it's a real fight. And, he unanimously beat him 11 years ago, man. Not looking forward to that, either. Nothing that's like, Floyd, get in there with one of these young guys, bro. Really, really test that record. Because what are you doing? Are you going to fight all has-beens? You know what I mean? Like, when you this tour that you're coming out of, or are you only coming out for Manny? And then, the rumors that he's broke. He owes the IRS some bread. And he's a bad businessman. He got this overhead on him. And it's like, all right, yeah, now I'm about to sign it. Then you putting his professional record in jeopardy, but against somebody, like I said, who he should still beat at this point, because the older they are, he's just still probably better than him. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? On the boxing side of things, man. So I'm mad that it's due. That fight was long. Yeah. You know what I mean? They, like I said, the lackluster for the fight between them two, like the going back and forth ended, you know what I mean? And maybe that could have been because, Roy losing the Tarver, you know what I mean? It kind of took a little bit of air out of the balloon. But yeah, man, this is overhyped, man. Floyd, man, like, he did your thing, bro. You did your thing. And if it's a broke thing, that's crazy. You should have handled your money a lot differently, a lot smarter. But not looking forward to neither one of them. But like again, I will be watching. So you know, we gonna talk about it. So
Yeah, they overhyping it because it's at the Sphere in Vegas. So they going crazy. Them tickets is gonna be crazy too.
yeah.
So Sean says, I'm sure it's another typo as well, but it's okay, bro. I got your back, bro. I got your back. Says right by now, I'll enjoy more of Pat Poose's girlfriend's fight.
Oh wait. Okay, so the Pat Boost is
and then
That's
Sean have
Clarissa
here.
Shields,
Sorry
dude.
for the typo. I meant to say
Shields, bro.
It's Pat. It's PAT. He's still spelled it, bro.
Pat Boost.
Pat
That
Boost.
boy Pat Boost. He's trying to come at 52.
Pat Boosie, you know what I'm saying? Pat Boosie Boo. You know what I'm saying?
So,
but we know what you're talking about, bro.
We got you. We got your back, bro. We got your back. Don't ever think that the GNT crew don't got your back, bro. We got you. You know, we got you. We're not gonna let you. We're not gonna let you sound bad until we, talk bad about you first about it. But then we go.
He said he tried to smoke at the same time.
Yo, listen to
good,
that
bro.
to the diss track Pat Boost did. That he trash. I was like, bro. I was like, why did he even attempt to do this, man?
He's just trying to be talked about, bro.
That joint was horrible. I'm like,
some boy aired him on the post. He was like, he said, yo, all right, you made your little diss song, right? He said, first of all, ain't nobody trying to listen to the A, B, C, D, E, F, G rhymes, right? And he was like, then secondly, he was like, okay, you want to say Diddy, ran down on 50 baby mom, this, that, and the third, He was like, but they were broken up for years. You know what I mean? He was like, your wife got smashed by a battle rapper. And he said, while y'all was currently and still are married. So he was like, what kind of game are you trying to play, trying to come in 50 and you just trying to be talked about, bro? Like I said, what song or what album we ever heard Pat Poose that we ever quoted for one another? I'll wait. So anyway, I don't even know how he made the segment. I don't even know how Pat Boost made the segment. You know what I'm saying?
Pat Boost. He couldn't even spell his name.
That's his new name.
You
That's definitely. Thanks, Sean. That is definitely his name now because he's
Pat Boost.
Boost.
I mean, Boost. Get him out.
Bro, the thing is like, bro, like, it's levels to that, man. Like 50 doing so many different things right now. Like for you to even like attempt
that's
to
that's
to throw smoke that way, bro.
That's
to grab any type of little attention or clout or whatever it is, that's horrible. But I'm like, bro, like it's like if you're gonna take it there, at least like if it was hot, it's hot. Like, you know what I'm saying? But that shit was trash. I'm like, oh my God, like, please. And then what got me really pissed was like you go in the comments and you actually see somebody that put fire this shit. I'm like, what? I'm like, yo, you gotta be bidding on this. I'm like, there's no way.
Said Pat Boost on his Boost Mobile. Ty said nobody asked him to put his hat in the ring.
Yeah,
exactly.
Listen, man, anybody that, like I said, like you just said, Joel, 50 got so much going on.
Bro, it's like, man, like, come on.
He just wanted to say something. Nobody said nothing about you, Pat Boost. Like, nobody said nothing about you.
Pat Boost.
What? Are you kidding?
Now the 50 and T.I. thing is crazy, though.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I would ever do anything like that, but hey, I guess it's genius on his part. Because look, we're talking about Pat Boost, but
all right.
I appreciate that, Sean. I'm glad you said that.
They never need to rap again. Yeah, appreciate you, Sean.
Just
said he never need to rap again. Pat Boost.
Oh,
all right, Tone's on you, bro.
All right, man. Question 4.
Next.
Question 4.
Here we go.
Which sport has the hardest championship to win? NFL, NBA, or the MLB? Joel, what you think, man?
NFL is one and done, man. It has to be NFL. These other sports, you got the series, so you can make adjustments game after game. But the NFL, man, you either showing up that Sunday or whenever the game is, and if not, you going to Cancun, baby. So NFL all day.
Okay, Cat.
Yeah, feel the same exact way. It was one and done, man. Like one and done. And look, okay, so here's a question, right? NBA wise, the greatest player of all time obviously is arguable, but with us, we'll say the greatest player of all time was Michael Jordan, right? Michael Jordan never went undefeated in the playoffs. He lost a couple times. He lost a number of times in the playoffs, but he still has 6 rings. So he can have a bad day. There's no one in the NFL that can have a bad day and still be able to go ahead and still do something. You know what I mean? Everybody got to play on top of their game in order for them to go ahead and get that W to go ahead and move forward. So it's definitely in the NFL. Like you got to be on top of your game, the whole team, all 55 players. Everybody the starters, all the bench, everybody got to be on their top game. And that would make it so crazy.
Yeah, man. Of course, man. Of course. Obviously, the NFL is definitely the hardest sport to win because of the pressure. I think, like Joel said, the one and done. It's like, you know what I mean? You get to that game, it's either this or nothing, obviously. So that's definitely pressure-wise, the hardest sport. And then another reason why I say why is because, like, just in the history of that sport, there's few and far between the teams that repeated. You know what I mean? I'm just talking about repeat, not even just so much like you just mentioned, Jordan winning 6, and we know on the way to his 6, it was 3-piece twice. You know what I mean? So, except for that Patriots team, you know what I mean?
That's crazy. A part of me agree, man. So time for the WNBA to NBA to merge. I can't tell the difference anymore. Yo, Trash Channel, yo, that's hilarious, bro. Queen James.
Yeah, man. That's that's interesting. We talk about that next week. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's a good comment. Yo, bro, that's really good, man. That's funny as I don't know what. Okay, I'm sorry, Tom. What were you saying?
But then we also got to think about the long, grueling seasons of the NBA and the MLB. Man, you got to make it. You got to make it through the season healthy. You got to make it through the season, to get on a hot streak, to get into the playoffs, and then of course you have to, be able to withstand that throughout. Like you mentioned, Cap, earlier, how crazy the playoffs is. In the NBA, man. Same thing with baseball, 162 games, man. And they play in the season when you're getting cooked out there. You know what I mean? Like as far as the sun, and, you know what I mean? All that, man. Yeah, you get the night games, things like that. But like I said, the pressure of the NFL, of course, you know what I mean? That is my answer, by the way. You know what I mean? The NFL is the hardest, sport to win a championship in. But in my opinion, obviously all are, you know what I mean? All are, even baseball, man. You know what I mean? The Yankees had a run, you know what I'm saying? I'm even talking about the old team and then even like the current team that we seen playing in the early 2000s with Jeter and all that. You know what I mean? They had a lot of success, you know what I mean? Like I said, other than the Patriots and the NFL, and we know why maybe that was that way, you know what I mean? All these gates they was under, you know what I mean? But like I said, MLB and NBA is definitely growing as well. But like I said, NFL is my answer.
Hey, who would you put in second?
Or what season? I would say baseball, just because of the longevity of the season, man.
Right, I was thinking baseball because of the elements.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
because it's weird, man. Because it's like obviously spring training, then you get into that, that brutal schedule in the summer, but then it ends in cold weather.
Yeah, you go through all the seasons.
Like it's different. Like I play baseball, like hitting the ball during the spring and summer versus when it's cold.
And it was cold, yeah.
Yo,
so that bat
even catching it, like your hands already cold, and you're not in action right now. And then now all of a sudden you in action, you gotta catch the ball and throw it. Like the elements play a huge role in baseball. Like
facts.
So that's the only reason I would say, because they're obviously basketball as well, but it's more of a controlled environment, and you're indoor and you get the same thing. Although the fans and all that get a lot more into it. Every possession is crucial, especially in the fourth quarter when they start utilizing them timeouts and stuff like that. But every pitch in that seventh, eighth, and ninth inning, if you only got a 1-run lead and it's cold as hell outside, man, it gets crazy out there.
Yo, the thing about the Phillies' last championship, the game before they had to continue it the next day.
Yeah, it was
in the snow.
Yeah.
It was in the snow.
Right.
The same team started off in spring training down in good old Florida, you know, good old Clearwater, you know, and they finished the daggone season. They finished the championship in the snow. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I don't like throwing snowballs when it's extremely cold. Can you imagine throwing a baseball, trying to throw it 90 miles an hour? You know what I mean? And it's like 20, 30 degrees that night. That's crazy. So, yeah, baseball would be my second choice there.
Yeah. And although in the MLB they get to change the ball regularly when they ask for it, but
facts.
The ball is even different. It is actually heavier. You know what I mean? If you got a little rain, or especially, I never played in the snow personally, but definitely in the rain, like it's definitely got a little bit more weight to it. And if you hit it with the bat, oh man.
Yeah. Woo, the bat ring. Oh, I can't imagine. Anyway, yeah. So there you go. Yeah, that's a good question here, Tone.
All right.
Last one, man.
Bringing me to the last question of the night, fella. And man, sitting, where was I at? I forget where I was at, man. Yesterday, text message came through my phone. Actually, this text message right here came through my phone, right? And when Joel sent the text message, I'm looking at this John like, wait a minute. I had to drop Donald Trump. I was like, this is fake news. This is fake news. Like, I said, what? Bam, Adebayo went for 83. So I immediately, I'm not lying, I'll tell you, I immediately close out the group chat, hit ESPN, the app, pops up. I see this boy doing this. I'm like, yo, this is real. I'm like, yo, this boy scored 83. I'm like, yo, like it could have been anybody else. But when I see Bam Adebayo went for 83, y'all lost. I'm like, yo, this is crazy, man. I would never. And man, if somebody told me I'll give you $1 million if you guess the next person scored 80, what would be the percentage of people saying that it would be this ball? You know what I mean? But I ain't gonna take away from that. You know what I'm saying? Because to score that amount of points, obviously on the highest stage that you can be on, man, it's got to be a great feeling, man. So my question to that is, where and how do y'all rank the 83-point performance by Bam Adebayo? What you think, Kat?
There's my answer. Kobe 81, Bam 83, right? Look at that field goal percentage. Kobe 60.9%, Bam 46.5. Look at free throws. 18 for Kobe, 36 for Bam. Yo, and doing a little bit more homework, right? After that game was over, after he scored 83 points in one game, guess what his game guess what his points per game average is for the season? He just scored 83 in one game.
I'll say 14.
Thank God it's higher than that. It's 20. It's 20 points.
Yeah, it's 20 a game.
Right now, after him scoring 83 in one game, his average right now is still 20 points. So he's the one that's like you said, Tone, I would have never guessed to go ahead and be that guy. To go ahead and be that guy to go ahead and put up 80 points. Now, granted, he had a lot of help. There's a whole lot of fouls that happened at the end of that game to extend that game in order for him to go ahead and surpass Kobe. So, look, I'm going to have respect for the fact that he did it on that level. Because anyone that can go ahead and put up 10 points in the NBA, you're better than about a good 90% of the rest of the world. So you're one of the best players ever. But my man had help, and I'm not going to look at that like, even though he's number 2 of all time when it comes to points made in the game. In my eyes, Kobe is still going to be number 2. He just happened to have that that place at the moment. But hey, look, Oubre said, like, just so you know, Embiid was more effective with 3/4 when he put up 70. So I kind of have to agree with that, even though obviously he's not in that conversation. But there you go. That's my answer. Was I impressed? I'm impressed because he did it, but I'm not impressed that whatever. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Joel. What you guys say?
Nah, same thing, man. In the fashion that it got done, like it's like whatever. Like I mean, I think they just made a conscious effort to try to beat the record, which is
Mm-hmm.
like, bro, like Kobe wasn't trying to put up that 81. You know what I mean? Like he was out there, and the game was still like back and forth. They were blowing this team out, so it was just like, yo, just keep. It was like when you play someone on 2K that can't play, and you just sitting there trashing them. You're like, I'm gonna trash them, or running up the score on Madden. You know what I mean? You're up 20, you're going for 2 points, like just doing crazy stuff. That's how it felt to me. Like, I mean, honestly, like I didn't watch it. I didn't bother going back and watch it. I just saw the stats, and then I like looked at it. I looked at the score. I looked all those things that happened, and I'm just like, all right, well, I, again, like it is. I give him all. Like he still, went to the line, dropped them free throws. He,
Mm-hmm.
did all. He did his part, but for them, they're like, I think they really went out their way to try to go after the record, which is like, come on, bro. Like, you guys won. Like, ironically, like, we're gonna see what happens in the next game. He might drop
Right.
less than 20. I'm gonna put under 20 on a bet. He probably won't even hit that. But friggin' it is definitely not It's not overranking Kobe's for sure on my book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. I wouldn't even say it was more than the 70. I've seen Joel drop. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I ain't ranking it. I know it's number 2, like we said, stat wise, but it's not number 2 as far as the way it was performed or
Right.
the way he got there. I said it last night to myself, like I wonder if the NBA, what I mean, like put a little script in for that to happen. As far as like how the game was going, because he did drop 30 in the first quarter. He was out there. He was definitely out there, putting the rock up. Like as he had a purpose. I don't know if he went out there like I'm going to try to just score as much as I can, or he was really feeling it to, be like, oh, I'm on a roll. But the 43 free throw attempts, he was that aggressive? Like he was just that aggressive last night where it earned him 43 trips to the line. Shit, how many people fouled out? For them, man. Like there's a lot of fouling going on. Like just everybody was a part of sending them to the line. So I think that was a little bit embellished as far as this 83 happening, man. 36 free throw attempts. Again, you still have to make them because he could have missed half more, you know what I'm saying? Not even got close to that point total. But I just seen an interview, man, with Michael Beasley, and they talked about him. He's a beast as far as one-on-one player, and he gave a story that nobody has ever beaten him one-on-one, league or not even in the league. But he did say, "Oh, wait, like just because y'all showing this picture," he was like, "There is one person that beat," and he was like, "It was Bam Adebayo." He said he beat him one-on-one. And people was going, the dudes who he was talking to was like, whoa, really? He was just like, yeah. He's like, man, y'all don't really know how good Bam Adebayo is. And the clip cuts, you know what I mean? But just to piggyback off of that, man. Like I said, it was definitely a shock to see that it was something. Because like I said, in a million years or a million guesses, I would never ever say he'd be the next one to score 80 plus points, in an NBA game. Shit, we seen Devin Booker score 70, 71.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? That shit, D Mitch, put up 71. Like, Norm Jones was definitely more impressive, you know what I mean? Than this 83 Jones, man. He got his number 2, can't take it away from him. It happened.
Mhm.
It was on video, and you know what I mean? We see the footage because still controversy behind Wilt's 100-point game, man. Like, I don't know if that's just never ever going to go away, man. But because
Haters.
we said they had look, we got footage of Wilt Chamberlain in high school running like a gazelle. You know what I mean? Doing all this blocking every shot in America, right? We got him at Kansas. You know what I'm saying? We got him definitely in the NBA. No footage whatsoever of that 100-point game. Did no cameras work that game, or did they didn't make it to town? They forgot they boarded them on the plane. Like, why is that game the game that's just never documented, visually, but they got the audio of a recorded game, I guess, that they played? Or why that game? Gino must have been around back then. I guess the audio got fucked up. But you know what I'm saying? Again, man, it was cool to see it happen, I guess. You know what I'm saying? This dude scoring 83, man. The hype of it wasn't, to me, that high. I just mentioned people who scored less than that I thought had a better, fire to it. So, wasn't super duper impressed. Shit, it happened. Obviously, his name is only on there with like 2 other people, you know what I mean, as far as scoring that amount of points, man. So I guess shouts out the band, for doing that, man. But I think the NBA had a little bit of their hands, in there to make that happen.
The sad
Bro,
thing
you shot up
is,
22 threes too.
yeah.
He was throwing them up.
They said he was going for it. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I did hear a report, I forget the number, man, as far as the most attempts that he even attempted in a game before. Like, I don't know if it was probably more than 12. Like, this ball was fire.
If he was more efficient, he would have had closer to 100 than
so
just 83.
you know what? That's what I meant. I'm glad you said that, because that's what I was going to say. That was your point. Efficiency, you know what I'm saying, was what you, obviously really pointed out with the Kobe, stats. Kobe obviously shot better than 50% from the 3, 7 for 6, 7 for 13. But he was 8. What was he from the field? Put the stats back again.
Gotcha.
Okay, 28 for 46. You know what I mean? That's decent. You know what I mean? Like, it's
That's 7 for 22 though.
like I said, he was letting it fly. Clearly.
Somebody said his girl was showing him how to ball. That's all.
I seen another. So the current active leaders, like in the WNBA and the NBA, as far as the amount of points scored in the game, current active leaders is Bam in the NBA now, and then Aja Wilson, she had 56.
Yeah.
So they own that record together, and they together. So they really making this ball a staple child. You know what I mean? He done landed Asia, and it's going up for him now.
Yeah. And
so right. That's the time that most of the players were 6 feet who will score 900 on. But again, like I said, why isn't any footage? Why isn't any footage? I'm not saying that he ain't do it, but it's I don't know.
You know what? We know Sonny Hill was there, so we need to ask Sonny Hill.
But Sonny was there, but he gonna agree that was his man. That was his own.
Yeah, yes, it was.
I would say my homie scored 100 too. You know what I mean? So I ain't saying now. Listen, I respect Sonny Hill. I played in this league. I won MVP at his camp. You know what I mean? As a youth, so I'm definitely not coming at. You know what I mean?
Sonny Hill's a legend, bro.
You know what I mean? I definitely take all his stories. You know what I'm saying? And be like, all right, cool, yeah, that was right. But that one, I don't know, Sonny.
No, I talked to Sonny. He actually scored 102, but it
took
away.
He scored more than that. Yeah, he scored more than that, actually. Yeah,
he scored more than 100 points, but we had to take it away. So
yeah, it was
Sonny Hill.
He dunked it after the clock expired.
Yeah, they should have took it away. They should have counted 2. He actually had 120, but they took away. Sonny, that's your boy. That's your boy. So I definitely get it. Now, here's the thing, too, right? There's another thing that they say is a rumor, but it really is not, because people can actually take advantage of this, and it's this.
Tuned up. Hey, yo, chef. And I'm feeling good.
I got a feeling I'm on my way to make a couple millions. They done see all the hard work in the basement. They gonna see me shine bright from the ceiling. I got a feeling some gon' like it, some gon' hate it, most gon' love it. They say, you think you should boozy? I say, no, bitch, I'm bubble. I got a feeling I do what I want, ayy. I do what you can't. If you ain't putting gas in my tank or cash in my bank, I don't give a fuck what you think. I got a feeling I am the one, no, I'll never be second. And when I die, I won't just die, cause when I die as a legend. I got a feeling.
So it's time for someone to take advantage of our pop-up shop. Bam, there it is. That's the QR code right there to our pop-up shop, to our GNT Sportstalk gear. And as we were saying, since in Philly, the weather has definitely broke. Then it's going to get cold again. And then and then it's going to break again. We enjoy 65, 70 degree days the last couple, and then I think it's going to be like 45 tomorrow, but it's going to go right back up to 70. And the question is like, all right, when you buy those new dunks, you need something to kind of match it. Why not match it with a GNT shirt? Because I guarantee you're going to be fly as you're walking with those new dunks. I'm just saying, maybe you got those Travis Scotts. You need something to kind of match the weird colors that they're going to have with those. And we got a GNT shirt that can go with it. Or maybe you have a need of a new hat, even though I'll never wear one. But Joel will have a hat on. And I'm pretty sure that he has one for every single occasion when it comes to the GNT hat. So, hey, look, to all those people, that QR code is right there. Take advantage. Take a picture. You're also going to see the link on our bio on Instagram as well. Go ahead and take a look. And the good thing is that it's not just benefiting us. Joel, who else benefits from taking advantage of our pop-up shop?
10% of the proceeds of anything that's autism related that has that logo will be donated to a nonprofit organization of our choice. When we make that decision, obviously during pretty soon, actually, because Autism Awareness Month is coming up soon.
Yep.
So we'll collectively, and it will also let you guys know as well. It'll be public knowledge. So it's not one of them things where we're just saying it. It's actually going to go to a great cause. And listen, man, anything that you guys, like Larry mentioned before, that you guys want to see on there, I could kind of make some things happen behind the scenes, and I'm already working on. Actually, there's already a few things that are already created, just haven't been posted or published yet on the site, that are spring and summer related. That's why they're not on there as of yet, but they're already done, completed. I just got to hit the publish button, and they'll be uploaded shortly. But and then we're also going to drop a promo soon, so definitely be on the lookout for that.
And I saw a message on Instagram. Jamar was already rocking our GNT gear at work the other day too. So Jamar, appreciate you, brother. You'll never disappoint me, man. You never disappoint me. And hey, I'm looking forward to the next time I get a chance to see all y'all guys' stuff when it comes to pictures being put on our Instagram, because we want to highlight y'all guys with y'all GNT gear. So I cannot wait for that. Hey, what a fantastic show, man. I had a feeling that this episode was going to be all about Tone's questions, because I knew that we was going to go deep pause into this conversation, because it needed to. It was a lot of craziness that definitely happened this week. Go figure it. Like NFL Frenzy, Bam, of all people, score 83. Go figure. All of it in the last couple of days. You know what I mean? With a trade cut and all kind of other stuff. It's Mike Evans going to the Bucks. Leaving the Bucks and going to the 49ers. Weird stuff, man. So a lot of weird stuff. This year is going to be crazy when it comes to the NFL, and the rest of this NBA season is going to be very hurtful and fun as well. I'm saying hurtful because, Sixers fan. Anyway, Ty, appreciate you. First lady in the building, appreciate you being here with us, the whole entire show as well. And everyone else that actually tuned in with us as well. We appreciate y'all. Sean, appreciate you, bro. Definitely appreciate you, man. One day I gotta go and meet you in person so I can shake your hand and buy some wings. So looking forward to that as well. Hopefully that'll be real soon. Actually, next week I'm going to be plotting on that. So just so you know, I'm going to be plotting on that for next week. There you go. I think it's about that time, gentlemen. Let me press a couple buttons. Yeah, I got a nice little push button now. I don't got to search all over the joint. Anyway, Bird Gang, what you guys say to the people?
You got the new push to start. I'll see you, Cat.
Yeah, you got that?
Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in on another episode of GNT Sports Talk. Again, you already know what it is. Tune in each and every Wednesday night. And don't forget to hit that QR code and grab something on the pop-up shop. Pause, because I know Tone's going to say something about that. Bird Gang checking out, baby. Let's get it.
No, I ain't gonna say nothing, man. All I'm gonna say is thank y'all, GNT Sports World, for tuning to another episode 126. Man, we thank y'all. We be back every Wednesday, like we said, 8:15, 8:30, man. But one thing's for sure, two things for certain, we gonna be on here every Wednesday night. So appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. What's that name? To promote comedy and poetry. We have a show March 28th at the World Cafe Live Center. We got comedian Dominique down there. Oh man, she is hilarious. Like I said, from Comic View and also from the series Black Jesus. Tap in with me, man. Follow me. Get them tickets, man. Link is in my bio. March 28th, 8 o'clock at the World Cafe Live. Tickets on sale, man. I'll have Tony Promoter signing out. See y'all next week. Let's get it.
Yo, real talk. What a great show Laugh the Pain Away show actually is, man. This, like, I had my family members actually join you on y'all. I'm sorry, not on the first show for the day, for the second show of that day, because y'all sold out so much on the first show. Y'all had to get another venue and sell out that one too. So it's something about the Laugh the Pain Away whole entire event and program that's just killing it. I'm so proud of you and your team, man. Y'all guys are definitely doing your thing. I definitely want to give y'all kudos, man, because every single time I hear great things about the show. So, hey, y'all guys keep doing y'all thing. Definitely proud of y'all. Hey, you know who else I'm proud of? Our GNT family. I'm proud of y'all. Thank y'all guys so much for tuning in with us and being part of this conversation and being part of just this movement. Remember, just like Tone said, we're here every single Wednesday between 8 and 9. The time fluctuates, yo. But we're aiming at 8:15. But we're here every single Wednesday. And we cannot wait for the next show so we can go ahead and really get into this conversation. Especially, hey, Tone, we may want to talk about, LeBron joining the WNBA, to become their top scorer too. So that's going to be interesting. But look,
yeah, right. Because do with the stats, you know what I mean, transfer over, or do we got to start from zero?
Yeah, you said Queen James though. I was like, yeah.
Oh, Queen James. Right on point. But hey, look, once again, thank y'all guys so much for tuning in. Until next week, I don't think we have anything else to close out with. Until next week, God bless every single one of y'all. We see y'all later. Peace.